In this tutorial, I'm going to show you an example in Excel. I'm going to show you quite a few different things, and here's what's going on. So, um, as part of my bracket, which is totally busted right now, but back when I was setting my bracket up, I had to choose a final score tiebreaker in case I tied with somebody else, and I don't watch a ton of basketball. This is my main time, Final Four. That's March Madness is basically all the basketball I watch each year. And so I have no idea how to make an educated guess. So what I did is I went to the NCAA website to find the final scores of previous championships, because this way I can use statistics to make an educated guess. So it's gonna take a few steps, but this is a great example, and I just wanted to bring you guys into it to just kind of show you, a real life application. So I'm just gonna highlight all of this and just go back to 1939. I'm going to do a Control C copy. Then I'm going to go into Excel. Now, if I paste it, it's going to paste the HTML, which is the website, which is fine, but I don't feel like dealing with all the formatting and all of that garbage. So I'm going to Control Z, undo that. Instead, I have it on my clipboard, just hanging out there. So I'm going to go to Paste and then Paste Special. And I want to just remove all of that formatting. I just want it to just paste into Excel simply. So I'm just going to click on text and OK. And there we go. None of the extra garbage in there. It's all very simple. So now basically, the only column for me that really matters is the score one. That's what I'm really interested in. But in order to get an average, I need to figure out the difference, and I need to find yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm just going to go through it. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to want to separate these numbers because it's not going to work for me like that. So I'm going to throw in a couple extra columns here just to give myself some space to work. So insert, I could actually just delete that, but I'm not going to for this example. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this column, and I'm going to go up to data and then text to columns. So first thing I want to do is I want to remove these overtime things here. So I'm going to choose delimited because there's the information I want removed is it's separated by a space. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to, tab is the default, so I'm just going to choose space. And as you can see, if you scroll down, there's not many, but there's a couple. So then I'm going to click next. And you know what? I'm going to click this. I'm not even going to bother importing it. So this is basically just going to remove the OTs in there. And that's exactly what it did. Nothing left. Okay, so now I want to separate the scores. So, okay, no, okay. I was thinking the spaces are still there. If they are, you know what? Hey, let's just go through. So I'm just going to do a Control H. Control F brings up a Find button. Control H brings up Find and Replace. So I'm going to go through, and I just want to search this column, so I have it highlighted. I don't have anything else because I don't want to search any other columns because it might mess up the information. So I'm just going to type a space and then replace with no spaces. So I just leave it. And I'm just going to click Replace All. Oh, there weren't any. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Okay, so now I want to do another text to columns and delimited because they are separated by a hyphen. So I want to uncheck space and add other and hyphen. So as you can see, it separates the scores. So next, I want to import both. So I'm just going to click finish. Because what I'm going to want to do is I want to add these scores up, and then I want to find an average of all of these added up scores. So I could do equals that plus that, and that works, but that's a lot of work. So I'm just going to do auto sum, and it assumes that I want to do these two, which it's correct. So I'm going to just hit enter, and so that's the sum of those two. And I don't need to do that for the rest of these. All I need to do is go into the little corner here where it turns into the black plus sign. I'm just going to drag down, and as you can see that box there, that means it's dragging the formula down. So it's going to add up each of these rows here. So I'm just going to type up sum just because. So that's cool and all, and I could probably look at this and take a guess, oh, maybe it's, looking at the numbers, maybe it's around, I don't know, 130, 135, who knows? Maybe that's completely off, who knows? So if I want the average, I'm going to click at the column at the bottom of here because this is where I want my answer. And I'm going to click on the function button right here. And I'm going to type in average because that's what I want to know. And that's what pops up. So I'm just going to click OK. And now it wants me to select the columns that I want the average for. So I'm just going to, I think that's correct, but I'm just going to make sure. So I want to find the average of this all the way down to here. And I'm just going to click enter. And then I'm going to click OK. So the average of all of these is 136. So that being said, if I'm trying to pick out an educated guess, 136 wouldn't be too far off. I mean, it may be completely off, but as somebody who doesn't watch basketball very much, this is a somewhat it's I would call this a very educated guess because it's based off the averages of all the previous year's scores. Because as you can see, there, we have as low as 73, which is crazy. And then I think I saw 180 something along here somewhere. So I know that if I put 136, it's not going to, it could be way off. Who knows? But it's educated. It's a very, based off history, it's an answer I can feel comfortable putting. So just to recap, I showed you how to paste special, how to use text columns, how to use auto sum, how to insert columns, and how to average, and probably a couple other things. But this is just a real life example of how you can use Excel on, on a Saturday, not at work, just something for your own fun to make an educated guess or to solve a problem or figure something out. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog at sallyu.com. Check me out on Twitter at sallyulianich. There's links in my blog and YouTube channel and everywhere else. And thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you watching my tutorial. Have a great day.